Hi guys, so this message will be for Libra for your general October reading. I'm not going to do just a love reading this month. I'm going to do a general reading and we'll discuss whatever comes out. It may be about love, it may be about career or personal growth or spiritual growth. So we'll just take it as it comes. But if this message doesn't resonate with you, I would check your rising, moon, and Venus signs, and there may be some messages for you there. October is going to be a huge month. I mean, obviously it's Libra season, so happy birthday to all those Libras out there. But also there's a full moon in Libra season in Aries on October 1st, and there's another full moon on October 31st. I know that one will not be in Libra, but there's like a ton of other things happening astrologically in October. So there's going to be heavy changes for everyone. But Libra, I feel like this is going to be like a really transformative time for you because of everything that's happening astrologically for the majority of your season. Okay, so let's see what messages come out for Libra for October. This is Wisdom of the Oracle. Observer. Wow. So you're getting messages. You're like in observant mode, okay? You're just kind of evaluating everything around you. There's a lot going on right now, and you're just kind of sitting back looking at everything. All right? Yin, this is the feminine energy to the yin yang, right? And this is like the more passive, fluid energy. And I feel like that's like the energy that you're in. Like you're just kind of sitting back, looking at things, evaluating. Let's see what Energy Oracle has to say for Libra for October. Woman holding a heart. Yeah, so this has to do with love, okay? Magician in the mirror. And again, that feminine energy to the yin yang. So you may be on like a involved in like a divine soul connection or on a twin flame journey. But I feel like the viewer is the feminine energy, and you're just kind of evaluating everything. This is definitely in regard to love, okay? So let's see. And then Magician and the Mirror. You're kind of thinking about like, how can I manifest this? How can I, like, what resources do I have available to make progress? You're not in a state of action yet. I feel like that's coming. Let me get a spirit animal oracle card for the heart of the reading. You may also be thinking too, starting to understand the difference between conditional and unconditional love. Like you're thinking on this. Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. This card has been coming out a lot, the heart of the reading. And Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. So this is about, do you see how, this is how I love how the reading progresses sometimes. See, this person's kind of looking that way, right? Or this animal. It's like you're thinking back in the past about your circumstances or the situations that you've been involved in terms of love, in terms of your relationships. And you're thinking like, that didn't work before, right? That didn't work. How can I make progress going forward, right? The rabbit, quick, forward movement. Now is a lucky time. You've kind of been in this state of inaction, just thinking about the past, thinking about your past relationships and how they were unrequited, they were conditional, right? You have a lot of love. Right now you're being very passive in a state of non-action. But you are like removing layers of things that you learned from the past. You're looking back on it like, that didn't serve me. Why, why did this happen or why did that happen, and how can I make changes going forward that will be better? It's like starting new, starting with a beginner mind, right? To manifest something that different than you've had in the past in terms of your relationships. So you're looking to the past to learn from it. That's amazing. That's growth. That's growth. Not to, ruminate on it, or like just to learn from it, right? It's about releasing the emotional attachment to what happened from the past so that you can have that beginner mind and use those lessons and apply it as wisdom in your life. And you have the astrological events supporting you for this right now, Libra. Let me grab a map oracle card. So I don't feel like you're going to be in observer mode much longer. Sacred Pool. Sacred Pool. This is about self-reflection, self-reevaluation, finding your inner self-worth. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? You're healing this. You're healing this. You're releasing, what you saw in the past that kind of left you a little jaded in regard to love. That's the biggest message I'm getting, okay? You're getting back to your authentic self, and you're reevaluating and reflecting on your self-worth. That's being healed. Dragon's Lair. This has to do with courage. This has to do with courage. Sometimes there are obstacles on our path. They're there for a reason. Right? To teach us lessons. And it takes courage sometimes to face those obstacles. But you never know what you're going to find. You're building the courage to go after something. I can see that here. You're almost out of your observer mode. Let's see a Sacred Destiny oracle card. Community. This is like kind of like the Four of Wands card. It's like happy home, happy family, community. The trees communicate with their roots underneath the ground. You're working on establishing deeper roots and having closer connections. And butterflies, transformation. You could be having a change in your soul family. People that you thought in the past that you could rely on and that were loyal. There have been some changes. And you're reevaluating everything. And getting back to beginner mind to start working on new connections with your soul family, the transformation. And also the rainbow, it's like representative of like the chakras. You're working on rebalancing. You're rebalancing after all that ish you went through. Release, yeah, exactly. Release. And also this is like fall, right? That's exactly the transition that's happening right now. This is a perfect reading for your season. That is, and everything that's happening astrologically right now, this is like the perfect reading. This is incredible. Let me clarify with some tarot. I'm gonna use everyday tarot. For Libra for October. Observer. Six of Swords. You're leaving that stuff behind. This is about leaving turbulent waters to head towards more peaceful waters. You're thinking about this. Back on this. You're thinking back on this. Let me get some more information. A woman holding a heart. Four of Cups. You may have felt really sad about what happened in the past. It looks like let me see. There's a couple messages that are coming through. Let me get a couple more cards. Temperance, divine timing. Six of Pentacles, balance. Okay. Ace of Cups, yeah. All right. So you're thinking back to turbulent situations that happened in the past, and you're heading towards calmer waters, right? That's really obvious here. Looking back, observing, just thinking about, but moving forward, heading towards more peaceful waters. That's clarified by the sacred pool here as well. Okay? Women holding a heart. In terms of love, there may be someone who has recently told you their feelings. Okay? Also, you may have a couple options that you're not interested in here because you're still you're not quite in action mode yet. That's what I'm getting from this reading. I mean, this is a great reading. It's progressing. Okay? I feel like you've had some options of people telling you their emotions, and you kind of are not really interested in that right now because you're just still thinking. You're trying to have a more peaceful life with less drama, basically. And you're kind of like, no, at this moment. Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. Temperance. This is also the time of Sagittarius. You may have been dealing with Sagittarius. This is about divine timing, patience, balance. Time for beginner mind. Okay? In divine timing, when you're ready, when you have evaluated everything that's happened in the past in regard to your relationships and you're ready to move forward, it'll happen. That's the moment. It's going to click for you. You're going to have like an aha moment, and it's going to click for you, and you're going to realize what actions need to be taken. It's going to increase your sense of self-worth. It's going to bring balance and stability, equal give and take. You're not going to accept anything less from that, anything less than this from this point on, because it's going to click for you. That's at the heart of the reading. So I feel like that's going to happen really soon. It could be happening now, but this is for October. Okay. But you're going to look at everything that's out of balance in your life, and you're going to be like, no, you're heading away from that. You're heading away from that. So good job. And also the scales here, right? That's you. This isn't the Justice card, which is Libra, but it is about that balance, and Temperance is about balance as well, with the 2 cups here, right? And this is in regard to, and okay, so the overall energy is 10 of Swords, a painful ending. After the 10, it goes back to 1. That's like the Ace of Swords, clarity, truth, epiphany. I feel like that's coming, or it's kind of already here in your life, depending on who's watching this. All right. But you're heading away from more peaceful waters, or towards more peaceful waters, and this has to do in regard to your soul family, and it comes from your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-love, unconditional love for self. You learned something recently about people that you thought were in your soul family, particularly in regard to relationships and your connections in the community. This is being transformed. You're rebalancing all those chakras, right? Sense unconditional love for self, a lot of love here, a lot of depth. Okay, that's being transformed. That's very clear here. You're not going to accept anything less. No, like if it's not equal give and take, it's got to go. If it's not equal give and take, it's got to go. So good job. I'm going to get some more messages here. Let's see. Let's use situations. I'll get a couple cards from here. family. This has to do with your soul family. It's exactly what I was saying. Totally the vibe I was getting from this. Blood ties, inner circle. That whole, you're reevaluating all of that. I feel like people just take, because you have a big heart. You have a big heart, and people just take. People just take. That's going to be restored. Gossip, petty, jealousy, envy. Yeah. This also has to do with community, right? You're completely rebuilding your soul family. Not based in this. Whoa, okay, that wanted to come out. Roller coaster, highest high adrenaline rush, and unconditional love. Genuine, certain love. It's been a roller coaster, ups and downs, but it's all for this. This is what it's for. There is divine intervention here, no question. This is what's being healed. I think I said that in the beginning of the reading. You're learning the difference between conditional and unconditional love, and you have, or like are in the process of learning this, or will soon. Soon. Wow. And lost, ghosted, blocked, cut off. There was a painful ending here that involved this. That is, you're reevaluating everything. And it's so that you can learn the definition of this. This was divine intervention, no question. Let's do messages of the untold messages of the heart. For Libra. Thinking about you makes me emotional. I want to open up to you about how I'm feeling. Yeah. Sensitive. There's a lot of water on the table. A lot of water. There's a lot of emotions here. Let me grab one more from here. There's two that came out. I'm not ready to talk. I will only push you away. Okay, so there are some boundaries here. Okay, someone's still going through a process themselves, and I feel like there's divine intervention. There's like a disconnect at the moment. I know that I want you in my future. I'm working on making the proper planning. Okay. There's some defenses that need to be left down. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love I don't know. I feel like there was a bunch of drama that happened with a group of people that you thought you were close with, and there's a lot of like petty jealousy, envy. But then you're moving towards something that's you're learning the definition of this. This is what you're headed towards. This was divine intervention for a reason. I feel like if there is another person here, either you're not ready or they're not ready. Right? Please accept my apology so we can move past this. Sorry. Okay. Well, hopefully that resonated with you, Libra. Again, happy birthday season, and I hope you guys have a great October. This learning the difference between conditional and unconditional love for me has been life-changing. It's all about this. To me, this is complete abundance. When I see, pentacles on the table, representative of abundance, I don't think of money. All right? To me, this is, but I feel like you're learning that, which is great. It's a journey. But it's a very, very rewarding one. So, all right, Libra, I will talk to you next month.